Thanks for joining us right now on this Friday. First up for you at 5 o'clock, inflation just reached a 4-decade high.
And those rising costs hurt the people who can least afford it the most.
Inflation touches every single American, but those who earn less, they feel the biggest brunt. The three categories of their lives where they spend the most money, which is shelter, food, and energy, those areas are rising.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics says consumer prices shot up 8.6% in just the past year.
The Federal Reserve is set to increase interest rates, but it will take time to take any effect. Food prices jumped the most, according to the new report. Milk, eggs, and chicken, all dealing with massive spikes now.
And Channel 3 Waterbury Bureau Chief Dennis Valera is live in Watertown getting answers about where the government can help. Dennis.
Stephanie, President Biden and his administration have also mentioned lowering costs of vital things like childcare. But an expert I talked to today says we should be looking at energy, saying lowering costs there can help bring down other costs.
Some of the meat prices at Watertown Meat Center have gotten a bit more manageable in the last year.
They've gone down a little bit, not what it used to be, but I feel like meat's gotten a little bit better. Not chicken. Chicken is skyrocketed again.
But some costs have filled in the gap to still make it a struggle.
It all depends on your vendor.
Co-owner Jessica DeSapio says labor and supply costs, as well as fuel surcharges, are part of it.
How do you pass that along? How do you pass it along and still have people keep coming? I mean, we're a small, independent meat market, so we do offer everything, but again, I'm not a full-fledged grocery store. I'm only 4,800 square feet.
Fuel surcharges have gotten tacked onto all products transported as gas hits record highs. In the latest numbers from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, inflation is now up to 8.6%, a 41-year high. Energy, which includes gas, is a big part of it, which is up nearly 35% from last year.
How do we address production, and how do we create incentives relative to the production and the refinement of energy domestically?
University of Hartford professor Ken Gorashko says the U.S. needs to figure how to be more energy independent. That'll give more control on prices, which could make it easier to keep things manageable.
Energy independence is still a national security issue that has to be at least acknowledged and addressed going forward to control the cost of energy as it impacts everyone involved.
Staff shortages continue to affect businesses in making sure that they're not getting as much as they can be. Now, that said, Watertown Meat Center, they are still hiring full-timers, including butchers and people for their deli. Live here in Watertown, Dennis Valera, Channel 3.